Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, my name is Dr. Ian Phillips, and we have some absolutely barbaric, insane news here today. The Donald Trump administration has officially launched a campaign to dismantle the International Criminal Court. I know what you're thinking. That is absolutely insane, and that's because it is insane. How do we know this? Well, Secretary of State Marco Rubio has just published an article explicitly titled, quote, "Why We're Dismantling the International Criminal Court." I mean, I don't know, this is not like some metaphor here. It says, quote, "Why we are dismantling the International Criminal Court," end quote. And the administration is now considering sanctions, visa cancellations, travel restrictions, diplomatic pressure, and even consequences for countries that continue supporting the court while benefiting from American military or law enforcement cooperation. So let's introduce that story a little bit more clearly here. The International Criminal Court, or ICC, is a permanent international tribunal in The Hague, created to prosecute individuals accused of the gravest crimes known to humanity. Again, these are crimes like genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and under more limited circumstances, crimes of aggression. This does not prosecute countries, it prosecutes people, presidents, prime ministers, military commanders, military leaders, and government officials. And the people who plan atrocities, order atrocities, assist atrocities, or knowingly permit atrocities while hiding behind flags, uniforms, or government titles. And Donald Trump's administration has now declared that institution is a threat to the United States, not because the ICC possesses an army. It does not. Not because it can invade America. It cannot. Not because it can overrule the Supreme Court, seize the Pentagon, or dispatch Dutch commandos to Mar-a-Lago. It cannot do any of those things. But the International Criminal Court depends almost entirely upon member countries to arrest suspects, surrender defendants, and enforce its decisions. It is powerful only to the extent that governments agree that certain crimes are so serious that even rulers should be answerable to them. And apparently the idea has become intolerable to the Trump administration. Now, this is coming from a guy who has, so far in his second term as president of the United States, has invaded 7 countries. Again, the no new wars president. How many people remember that here? I mean, I know I remember that, right? Because I have a memory that's longer than 1 week. Hell, 1 day in some cases in our American news cycle. But Trump was the no new wars president. He's like, look, bro, my first term, I didn't start any wars, bro. Even though, in reality, he tried to start wars countless times. He just somehow failed by the skin of his teeth. God only knows how we didn't get into a war with Iran the first time around. But what I can say here is he's no stranger to bombing countries and acts of aggression. And so, I can name some off right now. We have 7 countries so far in his second term, and that's not even including the proxy wars that he started or continues to support. So we have Yemen, bombed Somalia, Iraq, we have Syria, Iran, Nigeria, Venezuela, right? Those 7 places there where there was direct U.S. military strikes during his second term. In addition to that, we have proxy wars, or these indirect wars, which we're constantly supporting. You can think about the Israel-Gaza conflict there, the Israel-Palestine conflict. Obviously, the United States should be multiply convicted on supporting the genocides going on over there, as well as in Lebanon. You can also mention that as well, because again, we're supporting Israel, and Israel's launching genocides over in Lebanon. So, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of a problem there. And then in addition to that, the Ukraine and Russia conflict going on there, which, that doesn't seem like that's going to end anytime soon. So there's so many wars going on here. And Trump is, again, the figurehead of all of this here. Again, he's the commander-in-chief of the U.S. military. He's the guy who can sign the budget and confirm that for the United States. And so at the end of the day here, this is the guy responsible for a lot of these terrible atrocities and these terrible acts. When in reality, what I think the people should want is an America First agenda, not something like, Lindsey Graham, I'm not with you, I'm with Israel. I'm with Israel till my dying breath. Remember, as Lindsey Graham said right before he died, 4 months before he died, if these are what our American politicians are fighting for, they're not fighting for you. They don't care about America first, right? They care about the military-industrial complex first, and the corporations first, and the large donors first. That's what they care about, and also enriching their own pocketbooks first as well. And again, it's not just Trump, right? Obviously, you have people like Nancy Pelosi on the other side of things who are just as corrupt as Donald Trump is. But having said that, Donald Trump is the one who's really making this, foreign policy agenda here, and he's the one who should be blamed for these war crimes and crimes against humanity, because that's what he is guilty of. I mean, I don't care whether or not you want to, say, oh, well, officially he's guilty of it, but it doesn't matter, right? I mean, there's one thing of going into court and getting that verdict. There's another thing of just knowing and using your own eyes. I mean, like, what? Like, it's like the 1984 quote, something loosely, translated into. It's like, the party's most essential command was to deny your own eyes and your own senses. And it's like, yeah, like that's, come on now. I mean, that's what they're telling us to do here. And it doesn't seem like it's going to get better anytime soon, which is a major, 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 major issue. So the U.S. So the International Criminal Court here, it doesn't matter like if the the court's jurisdiction is outside the United States, in the sense that look, the United States does not agree with the ICC, so therefore it's not like you can't just acknowledge them, not acknowledge them at all. Like that's crazy, right? I mean, you can look at like the Nazis, for example, during World War II. After it ended, they might have been like, yeah, bro, like I don't agree, with being arrested here for, violations of every single fucking, like war crime imaginable. No, they're just going to get arrested. And because that's what needs to happen here. And the countries, that should be, in some regards, I guess, supporting the United States, when like a president flies over, they should be arresting Donald Trump. Right? That's what should happen. Just like Netanyahu is a criminal in like almost every country on earth. No matter where they land, they should be arrested, and then they should be tried accordingly, because, again, these are crimes against humanity and war crimes that are going on, and acts of aggression, which is just absolutely unacceptable in our modern society. And yes, sometimes I will say, call me a war hawk here, but there are times in which I do believe that things shouldn't apply. Some of these accords should not apply. But that's certainly not the case with what's going on in the United States. I mean, like, for God's sake, we literally kidnapped the leader of a foreign country in Venezuela, like, and then couped their government. Like, are you insane? Hello? How about Iran, for example? That's probably the one that everybody likes to talk about constantly, even though we're bombing and attacking numerous other countries. It's like, but, like, we literally killed their leader. Like, hello? Can you imagine if another country came in and they killed Donald Trump? Could you imagine? Of course they would be hostile towards you. And of course they're not going to negotiate with you. So what do you think was going to happen? Right? Of course the prices are going to go up on things. I mean, are you stupid? But we don't care about America First policies. All we care about is enriching our own pocketbook. And that's what has happened consistently time and time again. So now we're in a situation here where, I almost feel like in some regards, he's like, damn, like I almost feel like there is some a semblance of, look, I am so corrupt that I've managed to get away with it for so long that if I were to ever leave the United States, and they open up an investigation when I'm not president, like, I might be kind of screwed. So I think he's trying to, again, try to like dismantle the ICC here because, they could investigate him one day, and he doesn't want to take that risk, which, makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't want to take that risk. So with that said, guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video here. Some food for thought, I can tell you that. But always make sure you do your own research there. But it's just, the headlines just keep getting worse and worse every single day. And it's not going to get better. That's the worst part about it all. And even if you get like another Democrat, in office here, I mean, the chances that they're going to probably be like Joe Biden is pretty high. And nothing's really going to change if we get another Joe Biden in office, let alone a Kamala Harris, right? It's not looking good. But anyways, guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video here. My name is Dr. Ian Phillips. You can follow me on social media at Ian Phillips USA. Try to hit that subscribe button. We're close to 500 subscribers. So thank you very much for your support, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.